What's going on? Let's talk about the new Black Ember TKX. I got it like 3 weeks ago, and honestly, I haven't stopped using it since I got it. I'll talk about why that is, highlight my favorite things about it. Honestly, I've had a pretty hard time coming up with nitpicks for it. There were a couple things that I thought initially would be nitpicks that the more I used it, the more I've come to fully understand and accept the design decisions as they are. But regardless, I'll include them as talking points, give you a quick walkthrough of it, and then just like ultimately share why it's such a good fit for me and the way I use slings, and who else might find this to be a really good sling depending on what you're looking to carry and how you're looking to use it. So let's get into it. My three favorite things about the sling are: one, the accordion style access into the main compartment, combined with the second thing, which is the magnetic quick access pocket on the outside. And then just lastly, the shell fabric that they're using, this 420D velocity nylon. And here's why. For the access, like if you've seen any of my other videos, I geek out excessively over optimization, really eliminating as much friction as possible, so that I can be a ninja when it comes to my day-to-day life, as well as when I'm traveling. And slings are kind of this ultimate vehicle for quick access and organization. Most of the slings that I review on this channel are between 1 to 3 liters, around there. Because honestly, anything beyond that, when I'm carrying just for myself, is too big. I'm not carrying an iPad mini or a water bottle or anything that might merit going to something bigger. And with this accordion style opening, when you're wearing it, once you open it, you have full visibility of everything that's in there, and you have just really good access into all of those things. I think they did a great job of offering like a bunch of different types of sleeves, slip pockets of different sizes, a zippered compartment in the middle to give you that versatility for all the different like smallish things that you might be putting in there. This actually reminds me a lot of the Simple Commuter, like their everyday backpack. They have this feature, it's a top quick access pocket. I think they call it the Tech Caddy. And it might be my favorite top quick access pocket of all time. And it's because it implements a similar design. You open it up, it expands, and you have like a variety of different pockets all in one place. So it becomes kind of like your central place for where all of your smaller things go. Part of what makes this sling so satisfying to use, as you might already know, is I have an obsession with zippers, and despite the fact that this is a PU coated zipper, the way it is sewn onto this fabric, the leverage that you get from these like Hypalon pulls, but it's a very, very smooth zipping and unzipping experience. The Sitta sling is definitely still the smoothest zipper I've encountered on a sling, but this is definitely like a very strong zipper. I give it like a 9.2. You would think that with these like pretty sharp cubed edges that you get some resistance, but it's still a really frictionless experience. Second thing I love about it is this magnetic flap, like quick access pocket in the front. Now, when you first look at this sling, it looks like it would be one of these like vertical slings, and I understand the appeal to vertical slings. On one end, aesthetically, some people prefer them, and then functionally, it makes sense that a lot of people prefer them in the sense that they might be putting their phones or other objects that are really more like vertically oriented. I've tried vertical slings. I understand why people might prefer them. Me personally, horizontal slings are just more intuitive, but I find that this pocket, even though it's horizontally oriented, it works great for like longer objects. This is my go-to for sunglasses, which I know for a lot of people, they like to keep their sunglasses in a very protected place. I'm careful with my sunglasses. I'm careful with the things I carry. And it's one of the things that when I'm like, hey, I'm in sling mode, I want to be able to like walk outside, throw on my sunglasses, walk inside somewhere, put them in. And so it works great for that. I typically keep my phone in my pocket. I don't store it in my sling unless I'm wearing like a bathing suit or I'm like riding a bike and I just want extra security. But for people that do carry their phone in their sling, I feel like this is like what that pocket is like optimally designed for. This is an iPhone 15 Pro and it fits really, really well. And then just like that, you know, little satisfying tactile experience that you get from the flap securing. So just combining those two things, super quick and easy access to what I use the most, and then just having one main compartment where everything is easily accessible. I have a place for all of my things. Makes me super happy. I'll load it out for you right now when I'm done talking about like the pros and the nitpicks, so you can see like what my loadout is and what comfortably fits in here. Last thing that I really like is the fact that they're using this 420D Cordura Recore Velocity nylon. I reviewed recently the modern Dayfarer, like they have a magnetic sling and also like a more compact version of their Dayfarer backpack. And part of those two products that they rolled out is, I want to say it's the same exact fabric. I'm like 99% sure it's the same fabric. It's a 420D high velocity nylon, which is what they're calling it. And it feels the same. And I feel like especially for a sling, it is softer, smoother, and just has a more refined look and feel than something like a ballistic nylon. It might not be as heavy duty, but I really don't need anything as heavy duty as that. It keeps it lighter weight and also helps with that expandability. Not to mention that visually, it just elevates the look of it, in my opinion. It's like a more sophisticated technical versus like a more traditional ballistic nylon that's more of like a rugged technical look. Now, as far as the things that when I initially got it, I thought would be just easy nitpicks, but really ended up not being that. First and foremost is the lack of a rear concealed pocket. I think in the sling community, myself included, one of the first slings that got me like fully, I'm like, I am a sling guy for sure, especially when I'm traveling, is the Bellroy Venture Ready 2.5 liter sling. And that sling has a rear concealed pocket. And on one end, it gives you like a pocket that is closer to your body. So it just gives you that peace of mind when you're storing like more important things like your passports, but also just having a separate compartment that you can throw like, you know, loose things, whether it's coins or train tickets, without creating clutter in all of the other compartments is a nice to have for sure. Now, this did not have that, but I did find that with the middle of it, you get this zippered compartment, which works really well if you want like a place where you throw smaller things where maybe there isn't a perfect place for them within one of these like stretch mesh slip pockets or behind a sleeve. And if you want like extra security, passport wise, you can fit comfortably like where they're very easy to put in and take out too, no problem. Whenever I travel internationally, it's with my family and it's 4 of us. So the 4 passports won't fit in there comfortably, but here's 4 passports. There's a sleeve on the back part of this where these 4 passports do fit very comfortably. This thing will close up, no problem. I actually have a 5th passport. This is like an expired one. You need 5 passports. They also fit. And because of the way this is designed with this like accordion style gusseting, when it's open, yes, they're not, you know, they don't feel, it's not that they don't feel secure, they're not going anywhere, but it's like, you're not gonna be walking around a train station where someone can snag these passports when this thing's open. But when you have it closed, it's collapsed, they're not going anywhere. I just feel like if someone wanted to like get in there and steal them while you're wearing it, it would be kind of tricky. But another thing that just adds an extra layer of security is the way Black Ember implemented their securities anti-theft zippers. You can see that the Hypalon pull tabs are kind of long. I can see that a lot of people might not like how long they are. I'm pretty picky with zipper pulls. I actually like have no problem with them. They're grippy. You can grab them down here for maximum leverage, but even when you grab them higher, they work really well. But the reason why they're long is so that when you go to thread them through this little hole right here, like that, to me, that is so satisfying. But then they're secure. Like it's really, really hard. Someone would have to go in here and then, a thief would have an incredibly, this is like level 9.5 thief, like rating deterrent. So would I complain if there was a small concealed zipper back here that I could use for extra stuff that I wouldn't be able to use this zippered pocket? I wouldn't complain, but it honestly like would add pretty little value for me. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that are a lot more like hardcore about having that, where they would want that. But because this is a pretty compact sling I guess like zipper wise, they'd have to do it lower on the bag so you can actually like open it enough to get your hand comfortably, especially if you have a bigger hand. The one other, I don't know, I thought this would be a bigger deal, maybe could be slightly improved, but just the straps themselves are on the thinner side. So I thought that this would impact comfort. And yes, I'm sure having something a little bit wider would make it more comfortable. But because it's so lightweight, and also like once you wear it, the proportions of the width of this webbing, like it works very well visually with the overall footprint and design of this sling. So I would say that's like my main thing. That's like, have them a little wider, I guess, and there might be more universal appeal, but this sling is pretty close to perfect. The overall aesthetic is something that it's very square. At first I was like neither drawn to it nor repelled by it, but I was so hyper focused on all the functionality that it came with that, yeah, over time, like I think also this magnetic flap ties everything together really nicely. Is it as like effortlessly sexy as the Bellroy Venture Ready sling? No, I think it does have a little bit more of a technical vibe to it. But yeah, all in all, this is a fantastic sling. Let me just quickly walk you through it, like pack it out with how I load it out. Like I said, just throw my sunglasses in the front. If I am traveling with my wife and kids and we're going internationally, the passports would go back here. And if I'm not using it on international travel, they won't. But just so you can see, this is with 5 passports back here. I know it's listed as 1.5 liters and it's not huge, but it just makes such good use of every single millimeter of space that you have in here. You get 2 bigger stretch mesh pockets here. My mobile battery bank fits perfectly in there. And then on the opposite side, you have 3 smaller stretch mesh pockets. I have my Woobin G5 flashlight there, keep the AirPods in the middle, and it's such a, I feel like this is like a frustrating thing for me. I find that in the carry community, I don't know, I'm just making up a statistic, but probably 90% of people carry AirPods or something like very similar, right? Like they're pretty essential. And so many times that I look at a carry product and it might have slip pockets, but it's like not having one that has dimensions that are well suited to AirPods kind of bewilders me. This middle one is like really perfect for AirPods. Like they fit in like a glove. And then on the other side, I have chapstick here. I'm a weirdo, and then like 2 things that I always carry with me, and these are the things that I keep in this middle like compartment, are a pair of scissors, because I have like this weird thing with my hair that when I get anxious, I start like twirling with it, and then eventually it's like a whole thing, and I'll cut it off. I've been cutting my own hair for the past 20 years. And then just a pair of nail clippers, because also I go crazy when I am just out and about and I'm like, I realize like my nails are long. I can't function until like I take care of that, and it's nice just being able to do those things. So as you can see, I've got all those things, and then the other component that is like really cool, there's like this Hypalon like looped tab that has the Black Ember logo on it, but this is actually, I'm gonna record the like their new wallet so you can see how it fits as well. My daughter literally grabbed it and I have no idea where it is right now, but this is like my go-to wallet, the Pioneer Carry Altitude wallet, and it fits like a glove. I'm not sure if it's like design. I'm pretty sure it's designed for it, but yeah, because I fit their wallet on there and it just goes in there really, really well. The one downside of putting your wallet there is that it just creates a little bit of curvature in this like middle partition zippered pocket. If you don't want to create that curvature, if you just like throw it, just stick it into the middle, and you're good, or throw it in the sleeve back here. But with all this stuff, again, like nothing huge, plus 5 passports, and it zips up. Like, it does it feel a little tight? Sure, but when you open it, everything just breathes and everything is just really quick and easy to access. This back pocket, when I'm not using passports, if I do want to throw my phone in there, that's where I like to throw my phone, because I usually have the sunglasses here. Yeah, beyond that, the straps, like all of Black Ember's hardware, feels great. The clips are pretty easy to remove. As you can see, even easier to put on. But if you do want to remove it, like just on the fly, the easiest way is just they have here a little buckle. But yeah, even still, you don't want this to be easy to remove, but yeah, there you go. You can remove it, but it's hard enough that I would be messing around with that. Yeah, and then just the mechanism for like loosening and tightening it works nicely, and it has like, you don't need, it's like this like infinity strap keeper. I just made up that term, but it just kind of like, as you can see, all you have to do is like, yeah, I mean, it goes on its own. It goes down once you have it at the tightness that you want it. Anyways, final thoughts. Like, this has been like the past 6 months, there's been a lot of good stuff in the sling world, like newer stuff. The modern day fare, like the magnetic flap sling, I really enjoyed. The Fyro Sita sling is amazing. Like the zippers on that are out of hand. Just all fantastic slings that are kind of like intensely competing for which one is my go-to. But like right now I am absolutely loving this one. And one thing that I didn't like talk about enough is if you're leveraging slings mostly as like a pocket relief system, I find that there's something really satisfying about using a very specific amount of space, still having a little bit of leftover cushion for like when you're out on the go, if you need to throw something in there. But I have a pretty well-defined loadout in what goes in here. But that feeling of not having wasted space, I did like a roundup of my favorite DOP kits. And my favorite one ultimately was the Air DOP kit. Yeah, I think it's called like the Air DOP kit or whatever. And one thing that I really love about it is that it uses every milliliter of volume so well. My things don't feel tight in there, but I feel like there's no wasted space. And this sling achieves that better than any other sling that I own by far. So anyways, absolutely love this thing. The wallet, by the way, that also fits perfectly in that loop compartment. It's made out of the same exact 420D, like Velocity Recore Cordura nylon. Feels great. You've got magnetic closures on all 4 corners. And yeah, I think for someone that's like super minimal, it's an awesome option. You can fit like 2 cards on each side, like just stacked on top of each other. The reason why it's not my go-to is because I am like one of those, like I carry my credit card and my ID card in here, and then my wallet goes in my sling, or like usually when I travel, like in my day-to-day life at home where I live, everything's digital and rarely need to use cash. I'll like leave 20 bucks in my card just in case, but this system works for me. And then when I have a wallet, I do want like easier access to cash. And that's like kind of like the main downside of that wallet is that you can absolutely like stick cash in there, but getting it out and putting it back in is just not as frictionless. Whereas like my Pioneer carry, like the Altitude, for example, I can fit the same amount of cards. It's pretty much just as compact. It's a little bit thinner. And yeah, just like I can still fit my cash and access it more easily. But yeah, best of luck and cheers.